Hi, my name is Patty, and I am going to show you how to do a basic hack. This was a tutorial I did in my beauty group, and so I'm just going to talk through it. Super professional here. So I have my compact, which is a triple decker. The angst color is the black, and I actually start out doing my brows. We have a new brow wax, so newish, and you're going to take your line brush, you're going to wet it with either water or stay spray, and then you're just going to brush the hairs of your brows in an upward motion. This would keep the brows in the position. Oh gosh, this is my son, sorry. So you're going to keep the brows going up, and it's going to make the eyes look lifted and more open. So, especially in the state of the world with masks, having your eyes and your brows done, you just feel a little bit more put together. So again, I'm just using the line brush, I'm just using the brow wax and just brushing the hairs up. If you need to fill your brows in, then you can easily flip the brush around to the very dense small end, pick up maybe some contour or a dark brown shadow or whatever color I can match to your brows, and then you can just kind of draw small hair strokes in. Okay, so the next step is you're just going to grab one of your favorite brushes. I love the big fluffy one called the B squared. Oh my gosh, this is probably the worst time to do a voiceover. You're going to do the big fluffy brush, and I apparently talk a lot, so we're going to get going. Just hang in there. I must have talked about free product that I got. Okay, let's keep going. This is how I'm going to cover up my melasma. I have very dark skin over my lip, and it's actually a blue color. And so I covered it with an orange lip and cheek called Frenchie, and that covered up that melasma on my upper lip. So then I'm using my B square. It used to be called B square, but it's now blush and bronzer. I'm taking the darker of my highlight, and I'm placing it in my lower jaw. I'm gently moving up, just kind of up the cheek. As you can see, my skin tone is starting to even out. And then I want to brighten in my T-zone. So that's going to be underneath my eyes. So I'm using my lighter highlight called Candy and just brightened underneath my eyes. And I'm using the brighter highlight in my forehead too. You just kind of have to play to see what you think works best for your skin tone. I generally like having a lighter underneath my eye. It looks just brighter and more awake. Again, that's my favorite brush. I like it because it's like a medium dense. It's not too dense, but it's not too loose, and you get kind of a medium coverage. That blend brush was that one I just held up. That one's really good. The 30-second hack is good. I usually start people out with that big fluffy one because you get to blend with it on the other side too. I have really red eyelids, so I just put a little bit of the highlight on my eyelids to kind of even that tone out. I'm then going to use the detailed hack. I'm going to use the more square end, and I'm using the side of the end to put in my contour. So you gently put in a little bit of contour. A little goes a long way. And you find your cheekbones and you carve out your cheekbones. Then you're going to carve out your forehead. Depending on how big or tall your forehead is going to be how far down you bring it down. I'm then going to use a contour color called Shadow and the tinier end of that detailed hack, and just put 2 lines on the sides of my nose. Bring that brighter highlight down the top of my nose. And then I can use that, and I guess I'm explaining how to use that brush to blend. At any point in this video, just pause it and then go back as you're practicing and use this as a reference. So as you can see, as I'm talking, the tops of my cheeks are starting to look a little bit lighter as the cream is just melting into my skin. It's one of the most flawless types of foundation versus a liquid or a powder would actually set as soon as you put it on, but a cream, it almost takes a couple minutes to kind of settle into your skin, and it just looks so luminous. So I'm using a third highlight. I use a brighter highlight. One of the brightest we have is Linen, and I use it in the corner of my eyes just to open up that eye socket, and then down the sides of my nose, maybe right on the tips of my nose and on the corners of my eyes, and that just really opens up the eye to bring light to different areas. Then I'm going to, again, use that big fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend out that contour line so it's not a hard line, but you don't want to blend it away. A lot of times when you first start, you blend it away. You want to keep that shadow there, just make it not a hard line. I go back to my detailed HAC, and I'm just carving out my jaw, meaning I'm putting a little bit of shadow there so my lower cheek looks nice and bright and it looks more defined. Okay, so that's just 2 steps. So you have your highlights, which is your foundation, and then your contour, which also acts foundation. And it's the lightest makeup I've ever come across. It looks like skin. It doesn't look like you have a lot on. You can layer this makeup. With cream, if you have peach fuzz, what I was showing you is a tinkle razor. And that tinkle razor is a really dull but also fine razor that get rid of peach fuzz. And it just helps the cream lay. I'm comparing what I used to use. I used to use those 3 products, which probably total about $150, maybe $200, and you get 4 products. Versus with our system, you can have, 14 tins and a couple brushes for $200. So you just get so much more for your money. There's more bang for your buck, and you look better. It's more formed to your skin, and you have. I'm so sorry. And you have a better look. Okay, the 3rd step is adding some color. So I'm going to use a mixture between Petal and Royal. And it's kind of a dark and a light Petal. They're both kind of shimmery, but I really like just kind of a tint of color on my lips. I'm going to do a little bit of that Royal on my cheek just so I look a little bit more flushed. And then an illuminator in the center of my lips, down the center of my nose, and the tops of my cheekbones for that candlelit glow from within. So as you can see, as I'm turning, you can kind of see how that illuminator catches the light, and it just makes the face look lifted. You have to set cream makeup. So I'm using our setting spray, and I'm putting on our perfector sponge, and I'm just blotting that setting spray to marry that cream into my skin. Now my makeup will not move. If you like a more matte look, you need to get a setting powder. We have one called the Vanilla Dust that fits right in your compact. Get a pressed brush. This is the powder brush, and press any setting powder into your skin to marry the cream. If you don't want to get our Vanilla Dust, you can go to any store. This is just a brand called Coty Airspun, and it's a loose powder, but you just put it on a dense brush and press it into your skin. This will give you a more matte look. So it really depends on the style. The Vanilla Dust and that loose powder is a little bit messier. If I'm not traveling, I use that. If I'm, using my compact, it's just really whatever you want. Okay, that's a finished face. My one side is more matte, one side's more dewy. It really depends on the finished look that you want. What else am I doing? I'm gonna do my eyes. So I'm gonna grab my eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna do a quick eye look with 3 shadows. They're in my compact. I like really warm colors because I have green eyes or hazel eyes. And I'm gonna start with a lighter color called Sabrina, just for a full wash. I'm taking the bigger end of that eyeshadow brush and just putting it all over the lid. You guys, I knew nothing about eyeshadows, so the fact that I'm teaching this is so fun. You can learn if you're open to it. I've learned that you take a crease color. I used Bubba, and I put it in the crease and a little bit above the crease because I want to make my eyes look bigger. And I also have hooded eyes, so you want to go above the crease so people can see it. So I could stop there. It's just 2 colors, Sabrina and Bubba. It's a warm look. It warms things up, but I keep going. I'm going to use something called Bright Eyes, which is a shimmer. I'm going to use my finger, and I'm literally just going to put Bright Eyes on kind of the center of my lid and fan out to the outside of my face. And that just has a little bit of pizzazz. You can see that just made it a bit more bold. And that was 3 colors. So Sabrina, Bubba, and Bright Eyes. And I'm going to take that Bubba on the dense end of that brush, that shadow brush, and I'm going to bring it down underneath my eye. Do not line your eyes with a hard eyeliner. It makes your eyes look smaller and it looks like you're from 1990. So use a color and just gently bring that color underneath the eye. It'll make the eye look bigger and look more voluminous if you can, and trying to create just a really pretty look. If you need see any colors, I think I just put Hopelessly Devoted on. Let me know. If you're interested in any more tutorials, just shoot me a message. Thank you so much. We have all different compacts, brushes. You can design your own palette. It can be any size you want. Go big, go small, whatever is helpful for your lifestyle. And I would love to help. Thank you.